download option in the Terraform website and choose your version in which you want to download. So in my case it is Linux. So just click on your version and it will start downloading a zip file. So once it is completed, you can see that particular zip file in your downloads folder. So as you can see, here it is. So once it is done, just simply unzip this particular file. Then it will, by using unzip, then it will create a directory with the name Terraform. So as you can see, it has created a file over here with the name Terraform. Now just simply move this particular file to your executables, which is user local bin. So once it is done, just simply write Terraform over here. So as you can see, it will show some response, which means Terraform has installed successfully. So now let us proceed. So I would suggest you, if you guys have not downloaded a code editor, just download VS Code, because it is very easy, and just go to the extensions option and just simply search for the Terraform over here. So as we can see, it is here. So I have already installed it. If you have not installed it, simply click on install over here. Now let us proceed. Let us try to create some files. So this is my Terraform directory. So now first of all, let us do a Terraform init over here. So what this will do, this will create, or I can say this will download all the Terraform modules that are necessary. So let us create a file first over here with the name main.tf. So .tf is the extension for Terraform. Now just do Terraform init. So as we can see, it is saying initialization complete, which means Terraform has successfully initialized and it has downloaded all the necessary modules that are required for the creating process. So now let us proceed further. So let us proceed to the documentation of Terraform and let us switch to the providers. So as you can see here, there are lots of providers over here. We have Google Cloud, AWS, Azure. So in our case, it is AWS. So we'll simply click on AWS. Now it will show us all the resources that are used in AWS, like VPC, EC2, RDS, all those things. So if I'll show you here on the left hand side. So let us switch to the EC2. So as you can see, that is how these are all the resources that we can use. So first of all, let us try to authenticate the Terraform with the help of our access key and secret key. So let us copy this code from here, and I would request all of you guys to please choose the documentation version for AWS 2.70.0, because there are some, I can say, some very small bugs that will be fixed further. So this is a stable version. So I will be using 2.70.2 version. So let us just copy this particular code from here, because you can see. Now let us just paste it over in our file. Now as you can see, provider, it is saying AWS. Now later here, let us just mention the version. So let us pick the version from here. I pick the version from here to here. So now our region is, my region will be US East 1, that is North Virginia. Then you have to mention your access key and secret key. So I already have my access key and secret key created. If you guys do not know how to create access key and secret key, so please refer to the IAM section in AWS and Salesforce tell us. So this is my access key and this is my secret key. Let us save this file here. Now after that, let us just try to create our first EC2 instance. So for that, just simply again let us just switch back to the documentation of Terraform and let us have a look on the EC2. So here it is EC2. And now let us just have a look on the AWS instance. So here it is. Just click on the instance portion here. So as you can see here, resources. So let us just, we do not need to focus on data, filter and owners. So let us just leave this and let us just copy the resource option from here and paste it over here. Okay. Okay. So now as we can see, let us saying resource AWS instance, it is saying web. So let us modify it. Let us name it to my Terraform. I can say let us mention it to my first Terraform TF. Now here you have to mention the AMI that you want to use. So just replace it with the name of the AMI. So you can choose the AMI from the launch instance option, or you can, or if you already have created an instance previously, then just choose the instance AMI and paste the AMI over here. Then the instance type, let us keep to micro. Then you can see a tag name is mentioned here. So instead of hello world, let us mention this my first Terraform instance. Now let us save this file. Now let us execute. Let us try to apply this template. So before this, just simply write Terraform plan. So if there will be any error in this particular template, it will show us here. And if there is no error, then it will show successful. So as you can see, it has shown us some contents with the green color plus mark, which means that these resources are going to be created. So now let us apply this. We will write Terraform apply. To enter the value, we will enter yes. So now we will wait for some time, as it will take near about 5 to 10 minutes for launching the instance. So as we can see, it has started the process for launching the instance. AWS instance, my first TF instance creating. So let me just pause my video till it gets completed.
Okay guys, so it almost took near about 5 to 10 minutes for my instance, for my Terraform template to be complete. So let me just show you. So this is my EC2 console, AWS console. So as we can see, our instance has launched here. So it is how we can launch an EC2 instance with the help of Terraform template. So if I show you my template again, so guys, if you look here carefully, so if I'll run this template again by using Terraform applier, so you guys will think that it will again create another EC2 instance. So guys, let me tell you that you guys are wrong here, because Terraform is very intelligent. If we will write Terraform apply again, so it will tell us that all the resources according to this particular templates are already updated or already created. So if you guys want to create another EC2 instance, suppose you guys want to create two EC2 instance, so just simply mention count and equals to the number of instance. If I write two EC2 instance will be created. So let me just show you. So let us just save. I have just removed that particular count. So this is our older template. So if I again write Terraform apply, so again it will check that whether there is any change in this particular template or not. So if you can see here, it is saying refreshing state, means that already resources that were created, it is just refreshing, it is just re-verifying those resources, and it will not create any other new resources. So that is the beauty of Terraform, that it is very intelligent. If you will run your template again, then it will not create one more, or I can say create another resource again. So as we can see, it is taking time, it will take some time again. So this is our, let me just show you, this was our EC2 console. So let us just refresh it. So earlier it took almost near about 5 to 10 minutes to complete. Now let us wait. So as we can see, apply complete, 0 added, 0 changes, 0 destroyed. So this was our console, as we can see, no new instance has created here. So if you guys want to delete this particular instance that you have created with the help of Terraform, so in that case just simply write Terraform destroy. Now what it will do, it will destroy, or I can say it will delete all the resources that are created with the help of this particular Terraform template. So let us wait. It is again saying refreshing state. So this is our EC2 management console. Let us refresh it and see. Enter the value yes. So earlier, if you remember, it has shown us the plus sign, which means these resources will be created. Now it has shown us a minus sign, which means that these resources will be deleted, or I can say these resources will be destroyed. So it is saying AWS instance my first Terraform destroying. Now it will just delete this particular EC2 instance. So if I'll just show you, so as you can see, it has started terminating this particular EC2 instance. So let us wait. Will take some time, so let us wait till the time it is our resources deleted. Now we will just try to make it more complex. We will try to create a VPC with the help of this Terraform template. So as we can see, our resource has destroyed. So yes, as we can see, it is terminated. Now let us try to create VPC. So let us just comment this EC2 portion. Okay, now let us again refer to the documentation and refer to the VPC portion. So let us check. So here it is, VPC. So here let us switch to AWS VPC. So here it is. So we have to mention the resource name along with the CIDR block, as you can see. So let us just copy this particular code from here, basic usage with tags, and let us just paste it in our code editor. Now let us modify it, AWS VPC. So let us mention it my Terraform VPC, and then the CIDI block. So if you guys want, then you can modify it. So I'll leave it as it is. 10 instance tenancy default. So let us leave it as it is. Now in the name, let us mention it like my Terraform VPC. Now let us save it. Let us again do Terraform plan to check whether our Terraform template is correct or not. So yes, so now let us again do Terraform apply. So now let us do it auto approve, which means that we have to not write the yes separately. So hyphen auto hyphen approve, and let us press enter. So now what it will do, it will create a VPC in our AWS management console. So let us wait. So let us just, till then, let us just switch to the VPC section. So till now, okay, so it has started the creating the VPC. So let us wait. As you can see, it was showing 2 VPC. Yes, it has started creating. So let us wait till the console gets loaded. Let us have a look on the output. So as it is saying apply complete, so let us just check. Let us refresh the AWS console. Now it should show us 2 VPC, one that is the default VPC and another one that is my Terraform VPC. So here it is. So as you can see, it has also created a route table. So let us just have a look on the route table. So yes, here it is, the route table. If I'll show you the routes, so yes, as you can see, our CIDR is here. So now let us try to create it, or I can say let us try to make it more complex. Let us try to create an internet gateway along with the route table. and let us try to create some subnets also, and then associate the route table with that particular subnet. And then let us also make it more complex. Let us create security group, and let us also create an EC2 instance. Let us deploy as nginx there with the basic index.html file. So let us just destroy it. Terraform destroy. Let us press enter. So now it will delete this particular resource, that is our VPC from here. And guys, remember that it is not necessary that you should maintain the sequence of the resources here. Now suppose you want to create an EC2 instance associated with this particular VPC. So it's not necessary that your EC2 instance portion should be below this particular VPC code. It can be above. You have to just pass the VPC ID. So let us see how we can do it. So as we can see, our resources are destroyed. So let us just refresh our console again. So yes, our resources are destroyed. So let us mention it like, let us comment it that creating VPC. Now let us create an internet gateway. So let us do a commenting over here. Let us write creating internet gateway. Now let us switch back to the VPC portion. Let us have a look on the resource for internet gateway. So here it is, AWS internet gateway. So this is the code for the internet gateway. So let us just copy it from here, and let us just paste it over here in the resource AWS internet gateway. Now VPC ID. So if you guys just have a look carefully, we have mentioned a name with -myTI VPC over here. So guys, it is not necessary that these two names should be similar. This is the name that you want to give to your particular resource. As you can see, a tag option here. So what is the role of this particular name over here? So that we will see now. So this is the very beauty of Terraform, that suppose here in the we have to provide the VPC ID. So what we have to do here, we have to just simply mention the VPC ID over here in the VPC ID column. So let us so just we have to just simply remove this code, and we have to write AWS underscore VPC, then dot, then we have to mention the VPC name that is here, that is this one. So let us write here my Terraform VPC dot ID, which means that whatever ID will be whatever ID of this particular resource of this VPC will be, our internet gateway will be created with this particular VPC. So in the name, let us mention the name here like my Terraform internet gateway. Okay, so now let us save it. Now let us create the route table and associate the routes in that particular route table. So let us mention create route table. Okay, now let us just have a look on the route tables on the documentation. So here it is, AWS route table. Okay, so as you can see, Terraform currently provides both standalone route resources and a route table with route defined in line. At this time, you cannot use a route table within line routes in conjunction. Okay, not on gateway ID and net gateway ID. Okay, So let us just scroll down and let us have a look on the route table code. So here it is. Here is our route table code. So let us just copy this particular code from here and paste it over here. So let us just rearrange it. Okay. So in the resources AWS route table, so let us leave it as it is. In the VPC ID, again just copy your AWS VPC ID that we are going to create and paste it over here. Then the CIDR block, it should match your CIDR, so just have a look on it carefully. So I'll leave it as it is. Okay, so just not leave it as it is, just mention the CIDR block that it should be able, that our instance should be able to connect when we will create the instance with the help of this particular VPC. So let us mention the CIDR block from here to all traffic, that is 0.0.0/0. Okay, so which means that it can be accessed from all over the globe, all over the internet. So the gateway ID, so just simply as we have mentioned the name over here, so we have to mention AWS Internet Gateway. Instead of main, just write GW because we have mentioned the GW name over here, gateway.id. So that is how you can mention the gateway ID. Now in the route IPv6 CIDR block, IPv6 means it can be accessed from anywhere. So okay, we will leave it as it is. Now egress only. So instead of ingress, we will write only the gateway because we have only created the internet gateway. Now the gateway ID, we will again mention the internet gateway ID. So let us just copy from here and paste it here. So that is how we can configure route table. On the tags, let us mention it my Terraform route table. So that is how we can create route table. So let us just save it. Now our route table has created. Now let us try to create the subnet in this particular VPC. So write create subnet. So let us again have a look on the documentation and let us go for the subnet. So here it is, AWS subnet. Okay, so let us just copy the code from here and let's paste it here. So AWS subnet. So now let us mention it subnet 1. Now VPC ID, again we have to mention the VPC ID. So just copy the VPC ID again and paste it here in the CIDR block. So for the subnet CIDR block, let us leave it as it is because it will be our subnet. Now let us mention the availability zone over here, that in which availability zone we want to create the particular subnet. So let us write here availability zone. So AVAILABLITY availability zone, and let us mention the availability zone to US East 1A. Then in the tags, just simply write, so I will write here Terraform subnet. So let us paste it. Now let us associate our route table with this particular subnet. So just for that, just mention to the route table association, that is here. So here it is, just simply pick the code with subnet ID in the route table ID So mention here like associate route table. Now just simply paste the code that you have copied. Now here we have to mention the subnet ID. So similarly AWS underscore subnet dot subnet hyphen 1 dot id, the AWS underscore route table. So our route table name was this, so dot r dot id. So that is how we can associate the subnet to the route table. So now let us try to create the security group for our EC2 instance. So security group, so as you can see, it is very easy. We have to just simply do a normal copy paste from the Terraform. So here just have a look on the EC2. So let us have a look on the EC2. So here let us move to the resources, AWS security group, AWS security group. So okay, so let us just do a simple Terraform AWS security group. Okay, so here it is, AWS security group. So let us just refresh it again. Okay, no issues. Let us see where we can find the AWS security group. So let us just have a look on the documentation. Let us try to find it. So as we can see, it is not opening the web page properly. So let us refer to AWS EC2. Then in the EC2 resources, let us do Control F, security AWS security group. Yeah, here it is, AWS security group. So let us click here on the security group. So here it is, the security group basic usage. So let us just copy it from here and let us paste it. Let us arrange it. Okay. So AWS security group allow TLS. So let us leave it as it is. Name allow TLS. Okay. So instead of TLS, let us mention it allow web traffic. Description allow TLS inbound traffic. Allow, let us mention it to allow web inbound traffic. Then VPC ID. So we have to again mention the VPC ID. So AWS underscore VPC. So here it is, AWS underscore VPC, then my Terraform VPC dot ID. On the AWS description TLS for VPC. Okay, so let us mention the description to HTTPS because 443 port number is for HTTPS. CIDR blocks. So let us mention the CIDR block here. Mention it to okay. So now let us just copy this particular code of the ingress from here and let us paste it here. ingress again. So let us just write it. Now description. In the description, we will open the port number HTTP, and from port, that is port number 80 to port 80. Protocol, let us give the protocol similar like TCP. Now CIDR blocks, so again mention the CIDR blocks to 0.0.0.0/0. Okay, now again let us open the SSH port for doing the SSH. So in the description, just simply write SSH, then from port number 22 to port 22. So I'm just simply copying it. Protocol, mention it to TCP, then CIDR blocks 0.0.0.0/0. Okay, so for the ingress, we will leave it as it is. Okay, so that is how we can create the security group. Name, description. Okay, my VPC Terraform PC. Let us just verify it. Okay, so it is correct. So let us just save our configuration. So now let us create the network interface, or let us mention the name for our the security group like allow web. Now we'll create the network interface for our EC2 instance. So here we will write creating network interface. So let us just have a look on the network interface. There is AWS network interface, so no worries. Let us just search it. So here it is, AWS network interface. So now here let us just copy the code, resource, subnet, private IPs we want, then we want security groups. Okay, so let us just copy it from here, just paste it. So let us just comment out this portion. Let us just remove this one from here. Okay, so for the subnet ID, so here in the subnet ID we have to again mention the subnet ID. So again what we have to do, AWS underscore subnet, then dot, then what was our subnet name, so subnet .1. So just simply write subnet -1.id. Now private IP, so let us leave it as it is. For the security group, AWS security group, what was our security group name? It was allow TLS. So let us mention here allow underscore TLS.id. Okay, so let us just save it. So that is how we can create the network interface. So now let us also associate, or I can say let us create an elastic IP for our this EC2 instance. Okay, so let us proceed. Let us try to create the elastic IP resource. So for that, just again have a look on the EC2 option, or let us just search here, say AWS underscore elastic, or I can say elastic IP. So it is not here, so let us just, no worries, let us just search it in the EC2. Yeah, so there it is, AWS underscore elastic IP. So let us copy the source from here, elastic IP. Okay, the elastic IP1, elastic IP2. Okay, so let us just copy this one, elastic IP, and let us just, first of all, let us just write creating elastic IP. Let us just paste it over here. AWS elastic IP1, then VPC true, so it should be true, so that it should be able to attach to our EC2 instance. For the network interface, so our network interface ID should be AWS underscore network interface. So instead of multi IP, we have to mention the name over here. So test, so we have to mention the AWS network interface test. So let us not just name it to test, let us just rename it. Let us just name it to web, AWS interface web.id, web.id. Okay, so let us just save it. Now in the associate with private IP, okay, this one. So our private IP was, I think, 10.0.0.50. Okay, VPC, so let us just verify it. VPC true, network interface, our network interface ID and associate with private IP. Then we have to mention another block which says depends on. So if I'll show you in the documentation, elastic IP may require internet gateway to exist prior to the association. Use depends on to set an explicit dependency on the internet gateway. Okay, so let us just write depends on equals to, then the AWS underscore internet underscore gateway dot gateway. Okay, so let us just paste it. Now let us mention create EC2 instance. Now for the instance creation, let us just again have a look on the AWS instance. AWS instance, so here it is. Okay, so let us just copy this syntax, this code from here, and paste it over here. So resource, then under resource AMI, so let us just replace our AMI. So we have used the AMI earlier, so let us just copy the AMI name from there. Okay, so name, let us give it name to my first Terraform server. Now instance type, we will mention, let us mention availability zone, that in which availability zone we want our instance to be created. So let us mention it as US East 1A. Then we have to mention the PEM file name so that we can do SSH over here. So let us mention the key name, and okay, then let us mention our PEM file name. So our PEM file name is drillers in our case. then we have to mention the network interface ID. So let us mention network underscore interface. So I think we need to, let us have a look from the IC2 creation block device. Okay, so here it is, network interfaces. Each of the network interface block attach a network interface to an EC2 instance during a, okay, device index required and integer index. Okay, so here let us mention device index equal to 0, network interface ID equals to AWS underscore network underscore interface. So what was our network interface? So let us just network interface, not t-web, let us mention to web. Okay, network interface dot web dot id. Okay, so this is how it works. Now let us mention some user data script over here. So what is user data? Which means that whenever our instance will be launched, it will just simply install all these necessary files that are mentioned here. So here let us just add the scripts, the bash script. So let us add big bash, then let us sudo apt update -y, then sudo apt install, that install Apache, to install Apache 2 -y, then let us write sudo bash -c, then echo hello, this is first Terraform server, then just mention it to web www html index.html. now later just sudo service apache to restart. What we are doing, we are just replacing the content in the index.html file with our content. Now after this, let us just finish it. Okay, now the tags, let us mention our tag with our instance name. So let us mention it to my Terraform instance. So let us just save this file. Now let us do a Terraform plan to check whether our configuration is correct or not. Okay, so as we can see, there are some errors in line 74 and 81. Line number 74 and 81, here it is. Okay, so the TCP, we have to mention it in the inverted commas. Okay, as we can see over here. So let us again save it. Now again do Terraform plan. Let us see, have a look on all the resources that it will create for us. Okay, so now let us just do a simple Terraform apply -f auto approve. Now it will start creating a VPC, then it will create route table, then it will create subnet and associate it to the route table, then it will create the security group, then network interface, and then finally it will create an EC2 instance. So it will take a long time, so let me just pause my video till that time. Okay guys, so it took almost 10 to 15 minutes. So as we can see, our resources are up to date. So let us have a look. So as we can see, this is our new EC2 instance in which we have a public IP associated. So let us have a look. So this is our security group that we have created, and then the VPC here. So let us just refresh it. So our VPC is here, and then our route table is also here. So let us just have a look on the route tables. So this is our route table. So this is how the things are created in Terraform. So let us just again delete all these resources. So for that, just simply write Terraform destroy. So now all these resources will be terminated. So this is how we can use Terraform. So I hope